What's your brand personality? There are 12 archetypes, and every strong brand behaves like these 12 archetypes that we will cover in this video. Great brands aren't just shapes and colors. They're characters, and there are only 12. And the quicker you know this, the easier it will be to pick one of these 12 and behave like it. And this will help you position yourself outside of the market and give you an edge over your competitors. So let's get into it. A brand that acts like one character stands out from the rest. I've found 12 universal characters that are buried in the human mind. Just pick one and your brand becomes a person people can recognize. Across a logo, an ad, a package, a post, and it still feels is the same someone. Consistency of character builds recognition, loyalty. You need to have the same personality on every touch point. And this builds a brand people recognize and trust right away. So let's break these 12 archetypes down. So you've got innocent, which is pure, optimistic, and simple. Like, for example, Dove is one of these brands. And they use soft pastel colors and round shapes. Then you got the explorer, which is free, adventurous, and brave. For example, Jeep. And they use rugged, earthy, and bold colors. And then you got sage. And this is wise, truthful, and expert, like Google, for example. They're clean, calm, and clear. And these brands chase happiness, discovery, and understanding. The next three is the bold ones. They want to leave a mark on the world. So you got hero, which is brave, driven, and strong. Nike is a good example of this. They're bold, sharp, and heavy. You got the outlaw, rebel, free, and disruptive, like Harley Davidson. And they use dark, raw, and edgy colors. Then you have the magician. This is visionary, wonder, and change, like Disney, for example. And they use magical, rich, and surprising colors. Next, we have the people. They live for connection, joy, and belonging. So you got the lover, which is passion, intimacy, and beauty, like Chanel. They use elegant, warm, and sensual. Then you got jester, which is fun, playful, and light. For example, Eminem. And they're bright, bouncy, and loud. Then you have everyman, which is honest, humble, and relatable, like IKEA, for example, here. They're friendly, plain, and warm. And finally, you got the builders. They create order, safety, and lasting things, like caregiver, caring, warm, and selfless, like Johnson & Johnson. They use soft, gentle, and trusted colors. You got the creator, which is imaginative, expressive, like Lego, for example, here. And they're colorful, playful, and rich as well. And finally, you have the ruler. This is for leader, premium, and control. Example of this is Rolex. They use black, gold, and serif typeface. So these are the 12 archetypes. So keep this in mind when you're choosing yours. So the archetype chooses your look. Based on the colors and the archetype we described on the 12 examples I've given, see which one the brand that you're working with. And based on this, you can pick the color, the shape, the type, the voice, and so on. So first, choose the brand. Where do they fit in? What kind of mood you want to portray? And what messaging you want to convey. And based on this, you can pick the color, the archetype, and the character overall. They're the same word, but the archetypes dictate the entire look overall. So the best thing to do here is pick one and commit. The truth is, most brands fail because they want to try to be all 12. You need to choose a character and become it wherever you go. And every post you make needs to be this character. So the best thing to do is choose a primary, the character you want to be. Then add one secondary character for nuance. And you could switch it up between the two, but try to be the primary most of the time. And never pick a third one because you don't want to confuse your audience. Then you can let that character pick your visuals. So the color, the shape, the type, the voice all follow on. Then you need to make sure you stay consistent and you stay in character. Whatever you post and whatever you do, you need to be that character and stay consistent throughout. This will build trust and recognition with your customers and the audience. So keep this in mind. And if you're not sure which one you are, you can click the first link in the description and I'll be happy to jump on a 30-minute free consultation call and I'll be happy to help you in any way I can. Thank you guys for watching my video and I'll see you guys on the next one.